Welcome back, and today we're hearing about new internet computer smart contract upgrades that will usher in the Bitcoin DeFi era. We're going to be talking about this among many other topics, including the super AI coins merge. We're going to be discussing kind of what that is going to look like. We've been having a lot of talk about AI coins, Fetch AI, Ocean Protocol, and Singularity Net merging into this artificial super intelligence coin. But what will this look like? What will be the valuation? And when is super intelligence actually coming on chain? We're also going to be talking about APTOS getting Microsoft as a DeFi partner. Binance is switching to USDC as Cardano continues to claim they don't need USDC. Anyway, we got a lot to discuss in today's video. Don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. We upload every single day of the year. So make sure you guys are also subscribed to the channel. That way you never miss a new video. So what in the ICP is going on here? Well, the Internet Computer plans to use advanced threshold cryptography to unlock DeFi capabilities and smart contracts on Bitcoin's base layer. Speaking to Cointelegraph during Paris Blockchain Week, a senior research scientist at Dfinity, the company behind Internet Computer's main development, says that ICP integration of threshold Schnorr signatures, say that 5 times fast, we will not, anyway, will enable the protocol's smart contracts to obtain addresses and authorize transactions directly to the Bitcoin blockchain. Schnorr signatures are a specific type of digital signature named after the mathematician. They work like a secret handshake between two parties, proving that one person has signed off on something without revealing their secret code. The implementation will allow ICP smart contracts to sign Schnorr signatures, to etch Bitcoin runes, inscribe ordinals in a decentralized manner, send and receive and bridge BRC20 tokens directly on the Bitcoin base layer, and also sign taproot transactions and reinscribe ordinals. Internet Computer anticipates the full implementation of the threshold Schnorr to be launched midway through the year. Internet Computer integrates the core implementation of threshold Schnorr, which enables smart contracts to derive addresses and authorize native Bitcoin transactions. Once again, Internet Computer ecosystem. Guys, we got to make this stuff easier to explain. Schnorr, this is a horrible name for it, but I understand why. They could have just said the clause signatures. But anyway, Schnorr allows extra functionality like batching transactions. It also allows for new use cases that are developing on Bitcoin. You see people inscribing ordinals over the last year. This will help them do that without any tweaks from any other chain. According to Connolly, the researcher addressed the ability to inscribe ordinals or etch runes following the Bitcoin halving, generally requiring using Schnorr signatures. He said that Schnorr signatures are similar to ECDSA signatures that Bitcoin uses to control its ownership, but the former is simpler and faster and more secure. They said if you have a Schnorr signature as a native thing, it allows the smart contract to directly write or etch runes on the Bitcoin blockchain. This is pretty special. I don't know anyone who's doing this at the moment. And this is true, I guess it's similar, and I could be wrong on this, but it sounds similar to the chain fusion technology, allowing Internet Computer to actually write and read data from other blockchains. And this allows Internet Computer to bridge in a new type of way, very different than previous versions of bridging, where you wrap a coin in a smart contract and then you create a derivative on another chain through a smart contract. Anyway, it basically sounds similar to the technology that is already implemented on Internet Computer, which uses chain key technology, and this is kind of like an upgraded version of that. Obviously, this is in very early stages. We're going to hear more about it, I'm sure, as we kind of get to launch date. But guys, as I've been saying, in my view, and by the way, when I'm recording this video, I don't even hold Internet Computer Protocol coins. Not because I don't believe in the project, but because I believe that we are still due for more downside in just the overall crypto market. And I do think that Internet Computer is going to be part of that. How much? I don't know. Maybe I won't even get in at the prices that I got in at previously, but we will see. I mean, the trend is our friend, right? And the general gist of Internet Computer, in my view, is going to be much higher over the next year, 2 years, because of all the technology that Internet Computer already has in development, already has deployed on their blockchain. And there's a lot of cryptos that are still resting on, oh, this is what we're still working on since 2020. And it's like every other blockchain that's launched since 2020 has that technology plus 15 other new technologies like super intelligence, which ICP Internet Computer already has deployed. We know Dominic is now saying that their upgrades to the Internet Computer ecosystem are going to make the compute for AI 10 times faster. And we have blockchains that, I mean, they're talking about creating another artificial super intelligence coin. We're going to get to that in just a minute here. But before we go there, another crypto that we've been talking about more recently on this channel and exploring a little bit further is Aptos. Now, listen, guys, I was wrong about Solana. I've admitted that many times in this channel. I was very wrong about Solana. I thought Solana was going to stay and basically make its way to zero, and it didn't. And I understand why. There's a lot of venture capital, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of development that's already behind the Solana ecosystem. And Aptos, I think, is in a very similar spot. Listen, maybe it wasn't connected to FTX, but at the end of the day, Aptos was also supported by other large companies in the crypto ecosystem, including Coinbase. Coinbase was very supportive of Aptos before it even launched. And so maybe I was wrong about Aptos. And effectively, with the Aptos crypto, we are at literally all-time record lows, I believe, in the Aptos price. And so we're under $10. In my previous video, I said when we go under $10, I'm going to explore whether I'm going to hold any. And yeah, I mean, we're now under $10. So should I be exploring whether I'm going to buy any? Yeah. So we're not at all-time record lows. All-time record lows were in 2022 at $4. So we're basically a little bit more than double the $4 or $3, so triple that. So yeah, I mean, we're still close. And so I would say anything around this $4 or $5 range, I'm probably going to be looking for. We're not that far off from it. And I mean, you could see this drop. This is the little bull market that we had before the halving is over. That's what that looks like to me. We may have little rallies here and there, but I think that we have to form a bottom before we start to move higher again. And so you see, whenever there's a floor that's building, when you're ready to buy that floor, typically the market goes down before it starts moving higher. So we have to keep an eye out for that. And again, nothing I say on this channel is financial advice. These are just my opinions, strategies, and thesis. And like I said, I could be wrong on anything and everything that I say. I was wrong about Solana. Anyway, Aptos has now striked a partnership for DeFi with Microsoft, Brevin Howard, and SK Telecom. And so Aptos Labs, the developer behind Aptos Layer 1, said that they're collaborating with Microsoft, Brevin Howard, and South Korean wireless telecom operator SK Telecom to offer institutions a gateway into DeFi. The partnership will offer Aptos Ascend, a suite of end-to-end institutional solutions like regulatory requirement help, tools to maintain accounts, and transaction privacy and embedded features for know your customer checks. And so they say this comes as a number of layer ones bridge the gap between DeFi and large institutions. Avalanche, Near, and others have all announced enterprise collaborations in an attempt to ramp this up. And again, one of the things I'm a little bit concerned about with ICP this cycle is that they don't have institutional backing yet. Now, I don't know. I don't even know if this is their focus. I think they're more Switzerland based, so they probably have money. But from a deployment of this technology, we do need to see some large scale partnerships, right? One of the reasons we stopped kind of covering Cardano on this channel is because I don't think they're going to have any major partnerships. And the partnerships that we heard in the past, what happened with them? Dish Network, Ethiopia, Boost Mobile, the Georgia and Mongolia. Listen, I know that they got stuff done, but like we want these things to expand. We don't want them to just be used for test pilots, right? And especially in Ethiopia, now we see the country kind of moving towards Bitcoin. They're opening up more Bitcoin mining. They're moving away from, they're using, I think, Ethereum or Bitcoin for part of their digital identity project. So that means they're moving away from the likes of Cardano, right? And so I am worried about that with ICP. I don't necessarily know that it's going to matter with ICP because they're more on a global scale. They're not really focused on the institutional side just yet. Maybe they are, and we just don't know. I don't know. We have to kind of see how this plays out, because if Internet Computer gets into the top 10, I would expect to see the likes of, Grayscale and Bitwise getting interested in these coins. If they're not, why, right? So yeah, we'll have to continue to monitor that. But with Aptos, it's kind of the same situation, right? A lot of institutions, a lot of kind of venture capital that's backing the Aptos ecosystem, and nobody's really paying attention to Aptos when I'm recording this video, right around the halving of in 2024. So if nobody's paying attention to it now, and they have these large compute and companies signing on board with them, I mean, clearly the price is probably going to go up during the bull run, I would imagine, right? Microsoft Azure and Azure OpenAI services will be used for the financial suite offering, according to the release. Brevin Howard's involvement, that's like a hedge fund or financial institution, they're going to include tapping into the industry leadership and expertise to develop potential opportunities for institutions to offer digital assets or offerings to their clients, according to the statement. They said in collaboration with SKT, Brevin Howard, and Microsoft, Aptos Ascend will provide the world's financial institutions, banks, and tech-forward money markets with a performant, compliant, secure, and scalable gateway to decentralized finance on Aptos that will evolve for years to come. So, what company is Microsoft basically owner of? OpenAI, right? What is OpenAI? ChatGPT. So the fact that these are going to be used for the Aptos Ascend product, and you have the financial institution, Brevin Howard, on the side, and you have telecom communications company, I don't know what they're going to do with that in Korea, but guys, this could potentially be really big for Aptos. Could potentially be really, really big. And so now that we're under $10, I am looking for opportunities to maybe make an entry into this coin, right? As you guys know, from the beginning of 2024, I have been taking some profits off the table and kind of moving some positions around, kind of getting prepared for this bull cycle based on newer information, based on where the narratives are going and all of this. And so I was very skeptical of Aptos for the first few years because of its launch, right? It launched right before the like 2 weeks before FTX collapsed, and it basically didn't get a fair launch, similar to ICP, and maybe that's going to turn around this cycle. Maybe not. I mean, but again, institutions are on board. Not only are institutions on board, guys, pay attention. The Aptos Labs head of ecosystem posted this. He said, DreamWorks and Sony Creatives are launching an animated IP and a game on the Aptos blockchain. It's called Ambitious Dirt. It says, saving the world one scrub at a time. Creatives from DreamWorks and Sony are bringing you an epic animated Aptos NFT drop and game coming in 2024. And they posted this with this little... I actually didn't realize the music was going to play, so sorry if that broke your eardrums. But it says, hey everyone, say hello to the newest sponge superhero, ready to save the world one scrub at a time. Keep an eye out for more info over the next few weeks. You can join the Discord community for all the juicy details. So again, this is an announcement of a game that's going to be launching. Is this going to be like the biggest game like Minecraft? Who knows? But the bottom line is that they're doing this, right? And we have some pretty big executive minds behind this, and they're putting it on the Aptos blockchain. And this is a lot because these are two major partnerships that we're hearing about with Aptos. And Aptos is a fairly new ecosystem, doesn't have a huge community, and doesn't really have wide reach. But this tells me, and as I've been explaining, the bear market was for building. Now we're entering the bull market. It's for deploying technology. And there are a lot of cryptos out here that are just not going to perform. There's a lot of people still on, oh, but in 2020, Cryptoviser, this is what happened. Oh, back in 2017, it's like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. We are in 2024. And if your ecosystem cannot do what the other ecosystems can do, you're going to be left behind. And that brings us to artificial super intelligence. The ASI coin has now emerged as SingularityNet, Fetch AI, and Ocean approve a $7.5 billion merger. Now, I'm going to be explaining in today's video why this is, I'm approaching this very cautiously and why it may not matter. Because in my view, ICP, Internet Computer, has the technology already. We've already seen it live in production on chain, right? And so first of all, SingularityNet has been around for quite a while. Fetch AI has, I don't even know how long Fetch AI has been around. I think it's been around through the bear market because this is when we started talking about it on this channel. So let's take a look at when Fetch came out in 2019. So yeah, Fetch has been around. Internet Computer has been around since 2021. SingularityNet has been around since maybe 2019 as well. And then we can look at Ocean Protocol, whatever. Doesn't matter. Fetch AI doesn't really have a product. It doesn't have a product. SingularityNet doesn't have a product. No product. Now, people are going to say Cryptoviser. Ben Goertzel, who is the founder of SingularityNet, he's the inventor of Sophia robot. And that's true, but what does that have to do with SingularityNet? SingularityNet right now is a coin. Fetch AI right now is a coin. Maybe they have stuff in production, but we don't know about that. And as I've explained, in my view, and by the way, I'm not trying to FUD any of these coins. I did own Fetch. I took profits out of Fetch, right? Way earlier than where we are today, right? But a lot of people are believing that this merger is going to be huge. I actually don't think it is. I don't think it's going to be huge at all. The hype behind it will be huge, but this is what I think is going to happen and probably will be accurate. If you guys are watching this video after the merger, comment whether I was accurate or not with this thesis. So basically what I think is going to happen is I think that entering this merger, however long it takes, people are going to be buying up these coins because you're going to get some kind of split between SingularityNet, Fetch AI, and Ocean Protocol with a new coin. But if we look at Fetch AI, right now is 1.7 billion. SingularityNet is, let's see, and we need to pull up Ocean Protocol as well. All right, so we have FET at 1.7 billion, Ocean at $500 million, so that's about 2.2 billion, plus 1 billion. So that's 3.2, let's just say 3.3 or 3.4 billion dollars. So they basically are stating that this new coin is going to be worth basically more than double or just around double what the coins are worth today. Why? Just because they're merging? Anyway, in an announcement, SingularityNet Fetch and Ocean Protocol gained approval from their token holders for a merger, paving the way for the creation of the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, or ASI project. Valued at $7.5 billion, the official launch is slated for May 24. Oh boy. The ASI would replace the Fetch token with a supply of 2.6 billion, and AGI and Ocean tokens would be converted to ASI at approximate ratio of 0.43 to 1. So for every, basically every 43 out of, if you have 100, you're going to, what? I don't know. I actually don't know how to do this math, but it's 0.43 to 1. So 43% of 1. You get one coin. Anyway, following the merger, the ASI tokens would collectively possess a value of $7.5 billion market cap. The CEO of Fetch and chairman of Artificial Superintelligence Alliance expressed the vision for the merger, saying our objective is to establish a decentralized AI infrastructure on a large scale, ensuring ethical and trustworthy practices. By amalgamating our platforms, we empower both developers and users, fostering more democratic and transparent AI ecosystem. Now, I do agree, like, you're merging three different ideals from three different projects and putting them into one, and then allowing the developers to basically, and the users of the network to basically have more of a democratic vote for what they have on the ASI ecosystem. But again, I go back to, there's no product, right? We're entering a cycle and they're going to be merging, but there's no product. ICP has a product. So anyway, back to what I was saying about the prices. I think that what we're going to see is, granted, I think generally we're going to see all these assets kind of going down a little bit after the halving. And so if they merge these at $7.5 billion, and let's say the market cap of the coins were much less, like what we're talking about now, half, right? $3.4 billion is what all three market caps combined are right now. So they're going to be more than doubling that. So think about that. Imagine just overnight your valuation doubles. There's a high likelihood that people are just going to start dumping, especially if we're in a downtrending market and the only coin that is giving you profits is one that just merged. There's going to be a sell-off right after. And as you guys know, generally speaking, when new coins launch, whether it's a merger, which we haven't really seen like this before, or just a new coin launching, typically I say like give it a little bit, like give it 6 months to see where the coin goes. But honestly, I think that I think that basically launching end of May, early June, by the time they start getting things on chain, it's going to be another 6 months. That's the end of the year. I mean, going back to my original thesis, right? I'm not bearish on those coins. I'm just more bullish on Internet Computer. I think Internet Computer has more potential because they already have the product live. And we just heard from Dominic that he's going to make it, they're going to be making the compute 10 times faster in a upgrade that's coming up. So we'll see, you guys. We will see. I mean, the other article I pulled this up is because Ben Goertzel, who's the founder of SingularityNet, he basically is saying that AGI is not going to be here until 2027. So that's next cycle, right? So granted, if you have a long-term vision, maybe this artificial superintelligence coin is worth holding for the longer term, right? But if we're talking about 2027, is there going to be the first implementation of AGI? And that's maybe when this new artificial superintelligence project is going to roll out an actual product. It's still a few years from now. And so do you want to be locked in a coin that you can't, is not really going to be making as high of profits as what we saw? That's up for you guys to decide. In my view, ICP is the key. Anyway, moving right along, an update from Binance. They are now converting to USDC. This is a huge, huge thing, guys. The Secure Asset Fund for users of the SAFU Fund is an emergency insurance fund that was established in 2018 to protect Binance users in extreme situations. Over the years, they've continued to monitor SAFU's size, maintaining the balance at a level adequate to safeguard their users. The level is typically above $1 billion. And so they continue to be a part of the ecosystem, and they continue to evolve to meet market conditions. They said today we're transferring 100% of the SAFU assets to USDC, making it a trusted, audited, and transparent stablecoin for SAFU, further enhancing reliability and ensuring it maintains a stable $1 billion. Granted, they're also going to be making probably 5 or 10% on that in interest. So that's $50 million to $100 million a year. Listen, guys, everything is moving to USDC, whether you like it or not, whether you want to use USDC or not. But the bottom line is USDC is being integrated on almost every major blockchain. And this is going to be the bridge between TradFi and DeFi. And so the blockchains that don't have it, they're going to have an issue. Not only are we seeing that, but Senator Lummis and another Senator Gillibrand, they have now introduced a new stablecoin bill, and recent advancements in financial innovation have laid bare shortcomings in U.S. policy regarding stablecoin, which fails to strike a delicate balance of promoting financial innovation without sacrificing consumer protections. And so the new kind of bill that's been put out, there's been a lot of questions about it and whether it is the right bill, it's the right rules, and I don't know what the answer is, right? I think clearly what we saw happen during the previous cycle with Terra Luna and some of these other stable coins that launched and they were not really backed by anything, there is an issue there. And so algorithmic stable coins has become a question. And there are people who are asking whether algorithmic stable coins, like for instance, the DAI stablecoin, DAI, or in Cardano's ecosystem, the Jet stablecoin. Guys, these are not backed. But the bottom line is, it all comes back to USDC. And this is the easiest implementation. And in my view, there's no reason that a blockchain shouldn't have USDC. Unless number one, it can't, or two, Circle won't do it because of regulatory concerns. What the answer is for those blockchains, I don't know. You have to look at the individual blockchain itself and kind of make that own conclusion based on the facts that you have. But in my view, it's very clear. APTOS and Internet Computer are the key. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Invest responsibly. Do your own research, and crypto on.